Hi everyone, thanks again for joining me for another video. I'm Charmaine. This is, of course, Charmaine Speaks MPD, a platform where we can hopefully feel comfortable and open and safe about talking about everything under the umbrella of narcissistic personality disorder. And just want to say a massive thank you for all the support. I'm over 600 subscribers. I am fairly new to YouTube as well, so massive thank you to everybody supporting. It really does mean a lot, and please continue to drop me a like, drop a comment if you feel like you want to get involved in the discussion, and subscribe if you're not already subscribed. I really enjoying growing this community, and liking the video is great feedback for me as well, and it also helps me to get this content in front of other eyes and ears, which I feel like is really, really important. Since as, excuse me, considering 1 in 6 people, apparently now some numbers have been drawn down, and I'm confident that it's probably a little bit more than this because, not every narcissist is going to be diagnosed, but apparently 1 in 6 people are narcissists. So when you put that into context, that's a lot of people, okay? So it's great to get this type of content in front of as many eyes and ears as possible because as you probably know, because you're watching this type of content, the experiences with these people can be profoundly damaging, and that damage can be long lasting. And it's as we know, it's no easy feat at all, being on the receiving end of this type of abuse, this type of personality. So really appreciate the support, guys. Let's do what we can to push this type of content out and get it under the eyes and ears of those who would benefit from it the most. So today I want to discuss, which is quite a hot topic, and it's because it's an important topic, and it is very, very central to romantic relationships. It's a main component of a lot of relationships, and I'm not saying all, but for a lot of people, it's a very, very important ingredient into the whole recipe of a relationship, a romantic relationship, and that is sex. The reason why this is such an important topic to talk about, because it's very powerful. It basically allows on multiple levels a narcissist to access a person, to access you, or to have had access to you, physically, emotionally, mentally, psychologically, spiritually, on all of these different levels. A narcissist or any toxic person to be able to access you, and in accessing you with an agenda, with a bad intention, instead of with a loving, compassionate, genuine, caring, and the desire to connect with you. Anything outside of that, something that is of bad intention, is of evil intention, and there to do damage. The doors that adult relations opens within a relationship between two people there's a lot of levels to it. It's a way to get in and cause damage on multiple levels. That's why it's such a powerful weapon. So like I say, narcissists, they use adult relations as not only a weapon, they completely weaponize this. They also use it as a method of control. But first, they use it as a hook, okay, as a form of seduction, as a way in, as a way to get you addicted, as a way to set up this trauma bond and get that trauma bond firmly in place. During this love bombing stage, what they want to do, because they know that they want to get you hooked. They know that they need to seduce you, and they need to get you to let down your defenses and let them in. And they do this multiple ways. You probably already know, or if you're new to the content, you would have seen the signs. You would have seen the experience, the intensity, the quickness of how these relationships begin to move. Whereas in a healthy relationship, you are going to take time. You're going to get to know each other. You're going to have experiences together, do things together. You're going to talk, you're going to conversate, you're going to share things about yourself. Hopefully not oversharing, not oversharing, because that's where things can start to go wrong. But there's nothing wrong with getting to know a person, having experiences with them. Over time, you have more experiences, you get to know each other more. Yes, you are going to have adult relations, you're going to build a stronger bond. It's going to become probably more intense, more serious. You're going to become closer, etc. But with a narcissistic relationship, it kind of works the other way around, right? Because it starts off really intense. Things move really, really quickly. They are completely sweeping you off your feet, completely seducing you. There's compliments, there's, lots of time together, a lot of time together. This narcissist is going to be on your phone, on your social media. They're going to be calling you, they're going to be video calling you, they're going to be wanting to show up at your work, they're going to be sending you things, they're going to be asking you to go away with them, go on holiday. They're going to buy you gifts, they're going to offer you money, they're going to shower you with, they're going to do whatever they can to get you hooked in. Okay, so you are completely blinded basically by all reason, because remember, they access you at by your inner child. That's how they access you. There's no logic involved here. It's all emotion. And that's what they do. So during this love bombing stage, all of this is going on. It's a whirlwind. It's a whirlwind, and it feels good. It feels really, really good. I'm not going to lie to you. I've been there myself. It feels really, really good. You're feeling like the best thing since sliced bread. This person is really giving it to you hard. And they are laying it on thick. It's all go. Excuse me. And then on top of that, you've got the sex. The sex is, it's going to be out of this world. It's probably going to be some of the best you've ever had. They're going to be very attentive. They're going to be very generous. And they're going to be very performative. Okay, if you know what I mean. So they're going to really lay it on thick in the bedroom or wherever it is. And it's part of the plan. It's part of the cycle, basically. It's part of the love bomb. The person kind of taking the lead is going to be the narcissist when it comes to sex, and they're going to want to have a lot of it. Okay, they're damn near going to wear you out. You're going to be thinking, I've had it every which way that I could have ever imagined. And, you're now feeling like, okay, you're open. Okay, you're super open. And like I say, because sex is so powerful, you start to become open in that way, but also you start to become open emotionally because it accesses your emotion, And I know sometimes for women, we can place a lot of emotion on adult relations, right? And, obviously we produce these types of chemicals in our brains when we're having this type of intimacy. And so that can have you connecting with somebody as well on that level. And then, you're spending so much time with this person that you're sharing things about you, you're sharing, things about your past and stuff like that, things about your future and stuff like that. And like I said before, narcissists in this love bombing stage, they are busy, really busy, just as busy as you can be, collecting intel on you. They're collecting data. They are collecting all of these things. What makes you happy? What makes you sad? What makes you excited? What makes you mad? What are your strengths and what are your weaknesses? Okay, they're collecting this and they're putting it in a compartment within their brain, probably labeled things that I'm going to use to abuse this person later on. or some kind of variation of that, and they put it in they pack it up in their brain. They're going to use it later for you, okay? So they're busy collecting intel, they're getting you hooked, they're doing all of this, and they're using adult relations to be able to do that. So, side note, I guess, narcissists absolutely despise being vulnerable, being intimate, and any type of real connection. They don't have a connection to who they are. They don't have a connection with themselves. They don't have a strong sense of self. They are not connected to their own emotions or to their own soul. They're not grounded within themselves like we are, okay? So the thought of being intimate or vulnerable with somebody or connecting to them is just something that they just cannot do. And even furthermore than that, they see it as weak and pathetic. They do. They see it as weak and pathetic to be open and vulnerable, to be intimate, to show compassion, to be kind, to be empathetic. They see it as weak because they are so preoccupied with manipulation, control, and power. So anything that is on the other end of that scale, compassion, empathy, kindness, love, vulnerability, intimacy, they're disgusted by it, quite frankly. They are disgusted by it. They don't like it. They don't want it. They don't need it. They feel like it's weak. They feel like it's pathetic. So it would stand to reason that a narcissist doesn't like sex. Because they don't want to bond with anybody, okay? They can't go the distance. They can't connect with people on that type of level. And so because sex is a way to connect with people on a deeper level, to connect with somebody on a deeper level, for you to get to know each other in the most intimate way, to share that type of intimacy and vulnerability with each other, and to build a really strong bond through that, is something that they just really are not interested in. But more than that, it's something that they are incapable of doing. When they know they've got you, because remember, they're novelty chasers. They like the chase, they like the challenge, but as soon as they feel like, okay, this person is actually falling in love now, they are, giving me a lot of attention, a lot of time, they're opening up to me, they're in. I've got them. That's when they start to lose interest, So you'll find that they will become less and less interested in having sex, okay? And like I say, they don't really like it anyway because they don't like connecting with people. To them, this is a performance. It's a means to an end, And once they get past this love bombing stage and you are kind of in and you're all in, and you want to get serious, you want to take it to the next level. You seem to be, completely invested. Once they see that, it's like, okay, kind of job done. I'm bored now. The excitement has kind of gone out of it. So it's a performance for them to get validation, to get you to mirror back to them that obviously they are great at what they're doing, and it feeds that ego. It validates their grandiose sense of self, the false self, not the real self. So they use it as a tool of fuel, but they also use it to get you hooked, like I say. So, like I say, it's different from a healthy relationship, and this use of intimacy, coupled with the data and the intel that they've taken in from you during this love bombing stage, forms a powerful arsenal for this narcissist to start abusing you when it gets to the devaluation stage. It's a means to an end, and after this love bombing stage, the end has justified the means, okay? They pull it away from you because they want to punish you. Because during this devaluation stage, they're going through, in their mind, they're going through this devaluation of you. They don't see you like they did in the beginning. They've split you bad. They've split you black. And now you are inferior to them. You are less than. You are not good enough. You know, you have served your purpose. You have probably slighted them or give them some kind of narcissistic injury just by existing, just by being you. And plus they're bored and they need their next fuel, their next supply fuel, okay? The potent kind, the kind that will give them this sense of a new challenge, you know, this mirroring, this potent validation. It's really not uncommon for a narcissist to pull away in that type of way, in an intimate type of way, to go cold on you. And like I said, withdraw all type of affection as they see you getting more and more distressed by this and more upset by this and questioning them more and more, the more that they will gaslight you, the more that they will dismiss your feelings. They will invalidate your feelings. You know, they'll say things like, a relationship isn't all about that. You know, why are you always kind of going on about this? You know, I think it's really shallow. You know, why are you on my case? I'm really busy. I'm really stressed. You're supposed to help me to become de-stressed. You know, they will put it on you. They'll gaslight you. They'll manipulate you. They'll deflect. They'll, you know, invalidate your feelings. The more and more they see that this is affecting you. It's not uncommon for a narcissist to condition you. This will probably happen over some time, to condition you to comply to their sexual needs and demands on a scheduled basis. And what I mean by that is, it is known for a narcissist to dictate when sex will take place, what time even. Might be the morning, might be the night time, might be on a Saturday, might be on a Sunday, might be in a certain way. It's not uncommon for a narcissist to do that. And because of the gaslighting, because of the invalidation, anytime you want to bring up your feelings, anytime you want to express how this is affecting you and how this is hurting you and how this is confusing you, and you don't understand why at one point you were really intimate with each other and really attentive to those kinds of needs for each other, why it's gone to this living like this person is cold as ice, towards you. You kind of seeing a completely different person. Your head's spinning because you're thinking, what is going on here? This isn't the person that I met. This isn't the way we do things, so you're confused, you're hurt. And like I say, because sex is so powerful and it unlocks intimacy and vulnerability and connection on so many levels, it really can affect you on all of those levels. So it can affect you emotionally, psychologically, spiritually. It can really damage your self-esteem, your self-image, your self-confidence. It can hurt you. It can hurt your heart, when somebody pulls away in that kind of way. And when you go to bring it up, when you go to have this discussion with this person who you feel that loves you, because you obviously, by this time, love them, and you feel like, okay, well, if this person came to me to discuss something, then I would definitely want to reassure them and make sure that they're okay, make sure they're feeling like I'm there for them, and I'm hearing them, I'm seeing them. So you would expect that in return from the narcissist, but the narcissist isn't there for any of that. All that they're going to do is use this distress that you're going through to abuse you even more. That's all they're going to do. This is not going to change. What they're going to do is dictate when, or, in a lot of cases, what they're going to do is dictate when sex happens, and this is over time. This is the conditioning. This is the control, okay? They're going to use it to dictate when it happens, when it doesn't, and they'll probably use it as some kind of reward for you not questioning them, causing drama in their eyes, not holding them accountable for anything, causing drama in their eyes, and, basically just being in complete compliance and agreement with them. Then you might get the, little bit of affection, little bit of romance, you might have some intimacy. You probably won't feel any kind of real genuine connection even during the act, because they can't connect with you on that deep level, not in that way. They will weaponize it. They will gaslight you if they're abstaining from having intimacy with you, but you come to realize, which is common as well. I've heard stories, I've spoken to people about this. It's common for them to go and watch porn. It's convenient. It's easy. They don't care about your needs anyway. They don't want to satisfy you. They don't want to fulfill your needs in that way, because that's not about them. That's about you. And after that love bomb stage, they really don't care for you like that. They don't care about fulfilling your needs or making sure you're happy, or making sure that they don't even care too much about the mirroring at that point, because they're still getting a supply from you. It might not just be that positive supply that they were getting in the beginning. So for them to go and plug into some adult content, it means that it's great for them because it's convenient. They don't need to think about anybody else. They don't have to connect or be vulnerable or intimate in any way. They can just get their rocks off, pleasure themselves, and keep it moving on their merry way. And that's what I've heard from quite a few people, is that while they're abstaining from this intimacy with the person who's supposed to be in a relationship with them, they're going ahead and on the side doing what they do. Now, this is not no judgment, because we're all adults, and if we want to go in, if you want to go in, consume that kind of content, as long as the people are consenting and are of age, there's no judgment from me. Absolutely do you. There's nothing wrong with that and no judgment. But I'm just talking like in the specific case of how the narcissist consumes this type of content, why they consume this type of content, very commonly excessively, and at the same time they are abstaining from intimacy with their partner. Well, because they only care about pleasure in themselves. It's convenience. And if they happen to, they probably won't talk about it with you. Probably won't be a scenario where you are enjoying it together or anything like that. It's probably going to be them sneaking off to do it behind your back with no intention of letting you know or having any type of connection or kind of, exploring new things between the both of you in the relationship, which some people do. If you bring it up to them, because I understand how it feels when you are being froze out, with intimacy, with affection, and you come to find out that actually they are pleasuring themselves in a different way by themselves, the impact that can have on your self-esteem, your confidence, and your self-worth and your position in this relationship, because you're thinking, well, we're supposed to be lovers, Maybe you gained a little bit of weight. I've been there myself, and you're thinking, well, maybe this person's not attracted to me anymore. Maybe there's something wrong with me. Maybe I'm not, sexy to them anymore. You really start to question yourself. You really start to feel like it's your fault. You bring it up to them, You tell them that it bothers you. You tell them that you're not comfortable with them doing that and how it's affecting you. You're going to get gaslighted. You're going to get gaslit, sorry, you're going to get gaslit. You're going to have your feelings completely invalidated. They are going to make you seem like you're making a big deal out of nothing. They're going to make you feel like you are coming to them with drama. And why is it that you're making a mountain out of a molehill? And they might even throw in, well, at least I'm not cheating. Would you rather me cheat? Like that's any kind of consolation, you know? So prepare to be gaslit if you are in a situation where you feel like, you know, the relationship has become void of any affection and intimacy, but this person is, you know, getting their needs met by adult content. They don't usually take that well. And the reality of this is that it doesn't get any better. It doesn't, because these types of people don't change, and this is part of the pathology, part of the structure of this pathology. There is never going to be a deep connection. They are never going to be vulnerable and open and genuinely intimate with you. It's not going to change. It's performative. It's a means to an end. It's something that they use as a weapon and a tool of control. And the deeper, I guess the further, not the deeper, the further this relationship goes with you and this narcissist, the colder they will get, the more distant they will get, the more damaging it will be for you emotionally, psychologically, and you know, sometimes even it starts to manifest as physical damage, physical illness, ailments, you know. But it will only get worse, and they will only use it more and more strategically to tear you down, to demoralize you, to degrade you, to abuse you. So the unfortunate thing is that it just doesn't get any better. In fact, it gets worse. There's no going back to the love bomb stage, and, you know, I don't think you'd want to go back there anyway, knowing what you know now. So, yeah, so the best thing to do is, if you find yourself in this situation, if you know that you're being abused in this way, you're being used in this way, and you're having your feelings weaponized against you in this way, the best thing to do is leave. So I hope this was helpful, this video. I've seen a lot of this type of discussion, so I wanted to touch on it. And I just thought it was interesting from my own experiences and from hearing about other people's stories as well, how this narcissist, in fact, how the structure of this pathology, you know, I guess comes out in relationships, in romantic relationships where intimacy and, you know, adult relations and affection comes into play. So just wanted to touch on that. Like I said, please do use the comment section to discuss your experiences if you're comfortable doing so, and you know, let's have a chat about it. As usual, do subscribe if you haven't already, and do give me a thumbs up if you like the video. And until next time, sorry. Ciao for now.